This training video will demonstrate how to create a paper assignment for your students to submit the papers to. From your Turnitin homepage, click on the class you would like to add the assignment to, and then click on the New Assignment button. The paper assignment is the default assignment type and is already selected on the next step, on this page. Then you were able to click on the Next Step button. Here you'll be taken to the New Assignment page where you can put in the title of the assignment and the point value you want to use for the assignment. On the right-hand side, you have three sets of dates. The start date of the assignment is when students can begin submitting papers to this assignment. The start date is defaulting to the date and time when you're creating the assignment. The due date is the date when students must have their paper accepted by the system. That means the paper submission process must be complete by the due date and the due date timestamp. The default timestamp is 11:59 p.m., which means the papers must be accepted by the system by 11:59 and 00 seconds. The post date is only for GradeMark and Gradebook users, and this is the date when students may view the GradeMark version of the paper or view their grade in the gradebook. Normally that's all you will need to do to create the assignment, but we're going to go down to the More Options area. There are many assignment options, but I will only cover a couple of these as they are the most important ones to deal with. The Generate Originality Reports for Student Submission option gives you three options to choose from. To generate original reports immediately, meaning the first report is final, you can also set the option to overwrite reports until due date. That gives the students the ability to resubmit their papers, although each resubmission might take up to 24 hours to generate for the originality report. Or you can generate reports on the due date, which means the report will only be generated on the due date of the assignment. Select Yes for allow students to see their reports. That means they will be able to see the same reports that you do. Next option down, allow submissions after the due date. This is the option you want to use if you want to allow for late submissions. The default is no, which means no late papers will be able to be submitted to the assignment. The next option, submit papers to the standard paper repository. This option allows the instructor to decide if papers submitted to the assignment will be added to the student paper database. Once the papers are in the database, they are used for comparison purposes only. The only people that have access to the paper when it's added to the database is the student who submitted the paper and the instructor of the course where the paper was submitted. If a student decides they do not want the paper stored in the database, they can ask to have it removed, but they will need to make the request through their instructor. If you as the instructor do not want the papers added to the database, you can always change that option to no repository. You may also select the repository submissions will be searched for in the search options. We have the student paper database, we have the current and archived internet, and the periodicals, journals, and other publications. Now you can actually go down and click on the Submit button to create the assignment. Once the Submit button is pressed, the assignment is created. You're taken back to your class page and you will see the paper assignment you've created, the start date, due date, and post date. And you'll actually be able to see, click on the view link to go to the assignment inbox, or the more actions where you can go and edit the assignments themselves.